Well, we've officially reached the first day of November. Here's a live look at Keystone. This is the North Peak. They have their snow guns on, and just look at this view at the moment. We have a little bit of snow on some of the peaks out that way, even those peaks off in the distance there. A little bit of cloud cover as of right now, but as that sun begins to set, we'll likely have a very pretty sunset too. We do have some higher level clouds across the area, across most of the state. They have thinned out over the past few hours, and we are going to clear out as we get into the overnight hours. Not as cold for those morning lows, so if you do have an earlier start, expect temperatures to be in the mid-30s here in Colorado Springs. We will get back down into those 20s in Pueblo, 35 degrees closer to Canyon City, 38 will be that morning low closer to Woodland Park. Some more 20s out towards Lamar as well. Highs tomorrow will be very warm and very above average, about 15 to 20 degrees above average and where we're usually at this time of year. 77 is what I have that high at here in Colorado Springs. 80 degrees expected for Pueblo as well as Canyon City. We'll get into the upper 60s for Woodland Park, and we'll have some more 70s sprinkled out towards those far eastern plains. Plenty of sunshine to go around. So again, 77 for that forecasted high. That average high this time of year is usually in the upper 50s, so we are very much above average in what we usually see this time of year, and that's partially to blame on the weather pattern that we are seeing this high pressure system in place. Pueblo getting into the 80s tomorrow. Average high this time of year is 63 degrees. Again, plenty of clear conditions, so that high is expected to continue to move out this way. Our pattern is going to become very zonal, so our upper level winds will be flowing directly from the west and flowing towards the east. That's giving us a very calm pattern as we enter the rest of the weekend and into the work week as well. Then once we get into about Thursday, we'll start to get a little kink in our upper level system. That's going to send in some disturbances into our atmosphere. We'll get a little bit more cloud cover, but really not expecting all of that much. Our temperatures will likely cool down as we go into the back half of the week as well. But the other thing that we are going to be seeing is some downsloping westerly winds. That's part of the reason why we see this setup and why it gets so warm. So it's colder up towards the top of the mountain, but as this wind flows down the mountains, it begins to heat up. Again, that's part of the reason why we are experiencing these above average temperatures this time of year. So for Colorado Springs, we'll experience a little bit of some weather whiplash going into your Monday. Temperatures will cool down into the upper 50s, getting a little bit closer to that average in what we see this time of year. 60s expected for Wednesday, and as we go throughout your day, on Monday, partly cloudy conditions throughout the majority of the day. A little bit of a cooler start, lower 40s expected. Now for Pueblo, temperatures will be in the 80s, cooling down into those 60s by Monday, but will thin out in terms of our cloud cover. We do have the probability of, or possibility I should say, of seeing some fire danger going into Tuesday as well. Canyon City 80s going into Sunday, plenty of clear conditions, 60s going into the start of the work week. Now for Woodland Park, here's what you can expect. 68 degrees for Sunday and holding on to those 60s all the way through the majority of the week.